Hello everyone, and welcome to my General Hospital YouTube channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before we begin, please hit the subscribers button and give this video a thumbs up. When Anna Devane discovered how vicious her adversaries really were, she was shocked. Thursday, December 7, 2023's General Hospital recap shows Anna and Dante receiving information clearing Charlotte of at least one crime. This episode also featured Scott taking action, Curtis receiving some intriguing news, and Gregory receiving a reality check from Alexis. Let's examine the specifics in more detail now. Dante invited Anna to speak with him at the morgue. The lost file was their main worry. But when the medical examiner revealed that the WSB had taken Forsythe's body and filed all the records, they were even more concerned. However, he did inform them of the man's leg burn. Numerous things altered as a result. It implied that Charlotte wasn't the cause of the incident. It also implied that Forsythe had some extremely dangerous supporters and opponents and wasn't operating alone. They were so powerful that they could make the body vanish, seal the data, and prevent them from looking into it. In regards to Forsythe's companion, Brennan was spending time at Kelly's diner getting to know Carly, Laura Wright. But the small talk was cut short when he had to dash out of sight after spotting Robert. Still, he didn't disappear for very long. Shortly after Robert and Diane left, Brennan returned carrying flowers as an apology to Carly along with an excuse that he had to take a work call. He then invited her to supper. She immediately rejected him. Violet had previously been taken to the tree farm by Gregory and Alexis. When they encountered Diane and Robert, an unpleasant moment ensued. That was a little too much for the latter couple, so they departed to go to Kelly's. Gregory received the reality check regarding Finn's case from Alexis. Just as Finn had a right to his defense, Diane had every right to represent her client. Sadly, she didn't even think Finn would prevail. Regarding Robert and Diane, they arrived at Carly's cafe just in time. Mr. Brennan was waiting on meals at a table. It's unfortunate that Robert the super spy failed to notice the WSB leader entering or exiting the room while scanning the area. Lucy and Scott were flirting over at Cafe Sherry. Even though it was a little awkward at first, Scott's motivation came from thinking back on the past and his dissatisfaction with the status of his and Liesel's relationship. He complimented Lucy on her appearance, her sweetness, and her deservingness of more on multiple occasions. Then he told her straight out that he missed her and that he still felt the spark between them. Lucy looked surprised and quickly departed. At the Ashford residence, it was a tearful day. After completing the tree's trimming, Marshall began to cry over an ornament that Irene had purchased for their first Christmas together. He sat outside picturing his ex-girlfriend holding his hand when it started to make him think about her. Marshall wept and expressed regret for his prior transgressions. Irene would have none of it. He had to live the lovely life he was living at the moment and stop thinking of the past. Portia went inside and gasped at how beautifully the men had decorated the tree. She then took a seat to give Curtis some very important news. She did a lot of research before finding an experimental method that could restore his ability to walk. Additionally, she has already filed his name and the trials file. God bless you so much, he's being thought about. Curtis expressed gratitude. Yes, Tracy Quartermaine has returned, and she is reflecting on her history. December 8, 2023. General Hospital teasers promise happiness and joy along with a potentially explosive talk. Tracy's back too. Don't miss this episode, please. When Tracy Quartermaine was last seen, she had returned to Amsterdam to assist Bobby in handling Luke's affairs. But this was always going to be a short-term excursion. Tracy still has job to do after all. She needs to find her son, Eddie Main. Now that he is back in his memories, she needs to get Brooklyn to take on deception. She needs to find out about her upcoming wedding. And she probably needs to give Lucy even more trouble. When Tracy does, at last, reappear, she is feeling reflective. Seek her to recall her history. Is her mind on Luke, her family, or some other person or object? What surprises does she have in store for the good and bad people of Port Charles when she returns to the city? With her connections in the music industry, Brooke Lynn was able to save Thanksgiving without Tracy being in town, and she later became engaged to Chase. They have kept their proposition a secret up until now, but they are now beginning to inform others. Anna recently revealed to Felicia that she and Valentin are no longer together. She has realized that he is unreliable, and that means he cannot trust anybody else. That ought to add some interest to their next talk about her ex. She gives him an update on everything, probably about Forsythe and the locker key, despite the fact that she no longer believes what she once believed about him. At last, TJ and Molly are in agreement. They have first confided in others to work through their feelings, ideas, and views around the miscarriage and whether or not to proceed with surrogacy right away. Secondly, they have expressed their ideas and emotions to one another. TJ is even in favor of asking Christina to assist in carrying their child to term. Now that they seem to be making an offer, it's likely that they are doing this in order to speak with Christina about realizing their ambition. And lastly, it appears that Olivia and Lois, best friends, are also in agreement. They need Cody's assistance to find a solution to whatever problem they are facing. Is Leo Cody the reason for this? He seems to get along well with children. In case you missed it, Soap Hub's very own in-house critic provides his succinct, sincere assessment of the previous week's events on General Hospital every Sunday. How Nina can make Michael answer to his GH. On General Hospital, Nina and Sonny Corinthos tied the knot while keeping a secret that she was the one who broke up Carly and Drew's SEC. Not for long, though. Michael forced Martin to reveal the information by stamping his foot. Michael is currently using Nina as a scapegoat for it. Blackmailing Nina is not something she enjoys. We can only think of one way out of her predicament. It's not as though Sonny is a saint. He has previously lied. He has previously blackmailed people. Even Sonny has killed people in the past. Nana's offense against Carly and Drew hardly merits a mention, especially considering that she didn't steal, kill, or lie. She was just telling the truth, which is, of course, an even greater offense to Carly, but that is not the point. The thing is, Sonny could have easily done what Nina did instead. Why don't you just tell him about it then? Nina can also embellish the story any way she pleases if she tells Sonny first. Telling Sonny that Michael has known for weeks and has utilized the information for his own gain might be a part of the spin. How are those apples tasting for Sonny and Carly? Of course, they will feel a sense of pride. Mikey the Little is just like the big one. However, they will also be deceived. How could he have prioritized his own needs over theirs? Nina still has the advantage here, but she needs to phrase it perfectly. Before anyone else has the chance to tell Sonny, she has to do so. If there's anything worse than Sonny reporting criminals for their crimes, it's finding out he was the last to know. Thanks for watching if you like this video. So please don't forget to subscribe to my channel and don't miss any updates.